Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that.
And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in to help us to redefine what's cool, because
smart is
the new
gangster, baby.
And if you don't know,
now you know.
Now you know. Now you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
What's good?
Oh man, it's a beautiful day in paradise.
It's
a little chilly.
Yeah, it is chilly in paradise. It is.
But temperature aside, everything good. How about you?
Hey, same as you, man. Great day in paradise. A lot of good stuff was happening this weekend, man.
What, for real?
Yeah. I was part of the what is it called? I'm trying to think of the exact name of it, but it was a documentary, A Splash of Color, documentary, written and directed by Hilary Van Dyke.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah, and I was in it, man. A lot of Kimbrell Finch. Shout out to Kimbrell.
Yeah,
was a part of it, and it's talking about the being black and getting in the water, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's good. A lot of people don't know. They think that black people don't like the water, or we got fear of the water.
Right.
But throughout history, we have been the navigating the maritime people. We
That's right.
We cut across that water first.
That's right.
And then so this new world way of
talking about
the black people don't like to swim because we are great swimmers. Big shouts out to Kiana.
Yeah,
the mermaid herself.
Yeah, and so many others, man. And that's what the documentary is. But they had a brother who has a scuba diving company.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying, and how he takes black people out scuba diving. There was a couple other people too in there, man. Just who do things water related, and talking about the benefits of getting in the water.
Big shouts out to Hillary. Keep doing your thing.
Oh yeah,
keep doing your thing.
Get black outside is what she was saying too. We got to get black outside. So shout out to her.
Oh, they saying okay, I get it because there is the outdoor Afro group as well.
Yeah, outdoor Afro. Blue Gap, I think was one of the funders and sponsors. King Jab, what's good with you, man? Thank you for tuning in. So it was lit, man. And then I think we had a film festival kickoff this weekend too, right?
Yes, it was
Mama Blue.
Yes. Mama Blue, how you doing? Big shouts out to the Sunshine City Film Festival and the whole team, everybody who put it together.
Right. King Royce in the building.
It was an amazing evening.
Okay.
For the culture in the mix with Jabbar Edmonds.
Tell me about that, man. I saw the promo.
So it's an interview. Production was done by Pinellas Arts Diaspora.
PDAP.
Yeah. Shouts out to Jake Ann Jones.
Yeah.
The whole board, Ja Henson, everybody, the whole board, the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sparked from an interview conversation, really.
Okay.
Just about the history of St. Pete, the things, that I've seen personally.
Right.
And growing up on the South Side, growing up in the shadows of the Tropicana field or the Thunderdome, as it was called when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So I just shared, my gas plant experience, right?
Yeah.
And then I related it to the gas plant that's in Childs Park.
Yeah.
And spoke about a lot of the romanticization of environmental trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I say, I grew up there and I remember the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So
the multiple neighborhoods.
So I'm not under the whole thing with the gas plant. I remember right where the gas plant was at. We drove past it.
Okay.
Growing up. You know what I mean? I remember right where it was at. Then I remember that neighborhood. I remember that apartment. I remember that business. You know? And
that's what's up, man.
So for me, it was good, to talk about it and share the history. And thank everybody that came out, man. It was a great.
I'd love to see it, man. Where can you find it? Like, what?
It's still being worked on. They're gonna drop the official version coming up in the next couple months. So
Okay.
like I say, big shouts out to the whole team, everybody that's working on it.
Right.
And
so it was a screening at the
it was documentary night at the film festival, and
Okay.
it's just one of the documentaries that showed, and it was impactful, man. Big shot, like I say, big shots out to everybody that came out.
Right.
You know, people came to me just like, hey man, I didn't know,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
It's a lot of it's a lot of that happening, man.
Mhm.
Where people just have no idea, the reality of what was happening over there.
A lot of people just moved here 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So a lot of people really don't even truly know know the history of St. Pete or any of the areas of St. Pete.
Right.
All they know is what they see today.
Mhm.
So, it's important. That's why a lot of people don't know. And I said this in the documentary, like, Black St. Pete's history is on those grounds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That train track, that bike trail that was once a train track is the train track that like a lot of the community members, the forefathers rode in on.
Yeah.
And they have pictures that are renderings of them black men building that railroad track.
Wow.
Right up to that
point where
to that point. So it was good. It was good. Great energy.
That's good stuff. Man.
And we're gonna keep working.
I got you. And then what's the where can we find the schedule for the festival?
SunshineCityFilmFestival.com.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a week of events, right? So stuff gonna be happening all week.
Yep, from the 6th to the 15th.
Okay. Gotcha. So started Saturday and it's going to Monday the 15th.
Yep, going to MLK Day.
Okay.
So,
what's the feature this year?
I know you ain't asked me that.
To be determined.
I know you ain't asked me that.
I did. I did. It's
a lot of filmmakers all over, coming from all over America,
right,
and beyond. So it's a big shout out to them, because a lot of times when you're making movies and you're making productions, one of the major things is getting to a film festival, getting to somewhere where people can watch your work. So big shouts out to all those filmmakers, those creatives. If you're a creative, if you're a filmmaker, get in our inbox, get at us, and we can have you on the show. You can talk about what you got on your mind.
That's right. No, that sounds good, man. Appreciate that. That's a good look. First Friday on the Deuces, we was able to kick off.
Oh man, that was beautiful.
Yeah, first Friday on the Deuces, man, live. Started off 7 a.m. at Urban Drinkery, Coffee and Culture.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Don J. Who came over, man, and set us up live. So we was broadcasting on the radio live from a remote location, Urban Drinker. Yeah.
And the amazing thing about what's being done right now on 22nd, it's a revival.
Right.
And a lot of people, and I was talking about this last night, and it's kind of in conjunction with the redevelopment that's going on. Because if a lot of people don't know, Dudes was one of our historic Black communities.
Yeah, Black Wall Street. Right?
And 22nd right now, big shouts out to Urban Drinkery, big shouts out to the Catalyst, Sid's,
yep.
Mr. and Mrs. Brayboy.
Yep.
Because there's a revival
Jay Swain
on 22nd like never before. Like I was out there for First Friday.
Yeah, Kenyatta Rucker got business
and
over
listen,
there,
I'm gonna tell you, you haven't seen that much commerce going on.
Yeah.
Like so a lot of times when we be hanging out, people see us hanging out and think we're just hanging out the boom bap music, the debauchery, right? So I'm just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just laying it out flat.
Yes, sir.
And they look at our gatherings kind of with a side eye.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
But that go back to them slave codes and all of that stuff too.
Yes, but it's a little closer to like the MLK.
Yeah, but I mean,
we can go way back.
We can talk about origin stories. They ain't like Black people to gather.
Yes,
and
sometimes Black people don't like Black people together.
Yeah, because that's a part of the
culture.
Yeah, the culture that we adopted. Assimilation. It's assimilation.
Or perpetrated.
Yeah, all of the above.
Not perpetrated, but it was when you make it
perpetuated. Yeah. Perpetuated.
So okay. Long story short, the Catalyst, Urban Drinkery, they have made 22nd back to a hub.
Yeah.
Right, and it's a hub of Black commerce.
Yeah.
Right, because there's not a lot of places and a lot of things where we exchange dollars with each other.
Right.
And then the hub that 22nd has become like, so when I went there Friday, I spent like $100.
Yeah, on the deuces.
This.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it. I'm sitting out there, I'm talking, I'm big shouts out to K Seafood. You need to call me. I got your money. I got a gumbo from K Seafood, and I was sitting there realizing I had been wanting one of those gumbos. I'd be on her Facebook page, but I had never got one.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there and I got it. And I'm like, whoa. I'm telling Jeff, I'm like, this is big.
Yeah.
Like this is big. Like it feels big shouts out to the Deuces Live, the whole board.
The Toro Bulls,
yes. Everybody was out there. And the first thing I said was, this is magical.
Yeah.
They had a singer singing under the pavilion. People coming and going. You know what I mean? It's like flowing.
Yeah, it's a destination.
Amazing. Y'all keep up the good work and support it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like it, right? So when you see people hanging out on 16th Street, you see people hanging out on different places, and you don't like it. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're not telling you to like it. You don't have to like it. But realize the economic driver that these gatherings are.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You got to realize that these are gatherings where the local dollar is transitioning or fluctuating between community members where it doesn't happen at.
Right. Oh yeah, no, because there's that conversation about economic development and the need to support each other and support businesses, but we want to do it how we want to do it. And when you have an opportunity to do it in a way that's not what you would prefer,
yes,
you know what I'm saying? There's still an opportunity for it to be done.
Mm-hmm. Or don't knock a person because they do a way that you don't prefer.
Yep. That Roy said the picture of K Food looked fire. He said he mad he didn't get none. James Swain, what's up, my brick brother? Friday is ladies' night at the Ladies in Film Awards too at the
Sunshine City. Say it fast. Go ahead.
Sunshine City Film Festivals.
Ladies in Film and Entertainment.
Yeah, that's Friday night. Yeah.
Yes.
And so sunshinecityfilmfestival.com is where you can get the information about that. I got to remind y'all, man, Melrose Mercy neighborhood plan update still in effect. Palmetto Park neighborhood plan still in effect.
So for the people, Melrose Mercy is 16th Street to the 22nd Street.
Correct.
From 15th to 5th Avenue.
I want to say no. It's coming the other way, 18th Avenue.
Okay, but the reason I want to because we're talking about the businesses and economic development in those same neighborhoods.
Oh yeah,
right.
It's holistic. Chandra, good morning.
And so not only we talking about the economic, and then we talking about the planning. So that's like the infrastructure of the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's really more so the visioning of like what the neighborhood want to have happen and what you want to see.
Yeah,
and then you create a plan, right, based upon your vision. And then you start to assign resources to the plan. Yeah,
I remember Child's Park plan.
Yeah,
it was a time that came up, and they was like, "Hey, y'all looked at y'all plan. Y'all know there's a plan,
right?" I
have the Child's Park plan on my desk at work right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally,
it's
like a big thing. We got to revise it and look at it. But
get in this queue, man.
But I literally have the plan in my hand, and that's where a lot of people don't know. Big shouts out to Brother John Muhammad, right? Not council member, right? Brother John,
BC,
Brother John,
before council,
yeah. Brother John thought it wasn't robbery to ask for what was already promised to us.
Yeah,
right. Like the baseball court, like the linear park that I want to name after somebody, right? Because I'm tired of all these linears and corners. I told him,
was good.
We gotta put a name to it. Just imagine if Williams Park was named the Corner Park,
right?
Central Park, or whatever. Okay,
yeah. I come off with it. I see what you did.
But long story short, Brother John, thank you, man, because I was able to witness a lot of things a lot of people haven't seen, and I was able to witness that how you went into that neighborhood plan, and the focus was like, okay, we ain't trying to figure nothing out. We have something figured out.
Right.
Let's look at this.
Yeah.
And from that plan, not only did we get the baseball field, the lake got remodeled and touched up. there's a fitness center inside of it. There's a commercial kitchen that we ain't commercially using, but we're gonna talk about that another day.
Yeah.
There's a commercial kitchen that was put there for economic development reasons.
That's right.
And a lot of people don't know. We just go to the park and we're there, but you got to know, hey, there was somebody that got with a group of people who advocated for all these things. And it goes back to when Maria Scruggs and all of them put the plan together.
Yeah.
And it was something that literally we could come pick up.
Yeah, and even like you're right, before them, I remember Maria Scruggs them working on the Child's Park pool and working on the Rattler. She helped
that you see right now.
Yeah, she helped to get the Rattler up and running.
And people don't know that though.
Yeah, and worked out a deal with FAMU to be able to use the Rattlers as the name and the logo and all of that stuff, man.
Big shouts out to Maria Scruggs, man. Being out here in the field.
Out here in these St. Pete streets. These South St. Pete streets.
In the field where it's real.
so yeah, man, we got a lot going on. So y'all try to keep up with us, man. We definitely need everybody to show up, pay attention, speak up when needed in these meetings.
Yes.
Y'all come. You have great ideas. Bring the ideas. Bring them to me, man. Let's talk about it. Let's see what you want to do. What you want to do.
I like to put an address on it. Bring them to me.
Bring them to me. Let's start there.
Put an address on it.
Let's see what we can do with some of these ideas, man. And
I want to say this. Your idea and what I'm talking to the person in the community, the person listening that think, oh, them people ain't gonna listen to me.
Right.
Oh, what I say don't matter. You have to realize that, every person has an opportunity to have impact.
Right.
Whether it's, helping your neighbor do something, a cup of sugar, or you get to the advanced level, or you helping build out your neighborhood plan.
Right.
Right. And your impact is only going to be as good and go as far as you take it. If you're going to come out, if you're going to come to the meetings, you're going to come support, you're going to come out, you're going to sign your name on the sign-in sheet, call me, Jabbar, when you get a chance. And then you go into that next level where I'm going to advocate. I'm finna write a speech.
Yeah.
I'm finna write something. I'm finna come in.
I'm finna use my 3 minutes. Yeah.
And I'm finna come off the heart with it.
Yeah.
Put it on record. You know what I'm saying? And one is not knocking the other, because if you didn't speak, that doesn't mean you're less important as the person that did.
That's right.
That just means that's the level you on. We need your body in the seat to fill up the seats.
Come on, man.
You get what I'm saying? We needed his voice to fill up the room or the air with his words.
Right.
And then everybody has their time. Everybody has an impact that they can make. Don't feel, because I honestly used to think like that. I swear. It's like around the time I met you, and I'm like, well, dang. Well, you know what? They'll do it for you. And then just realizing, okay, wait a minute, it's something we really can do.
As an individual. You can
just realizing whoa.
Yeah, I can actually have an impact.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And then it feel good. And then you start noticing it. And then, you kind of get addicted to impact.
Good morning, Tamika.
You get addicted to having an impact, and then
it is. You're right.
You're running around everywhere, and people wondering what you're doing.
Yeah, you're right. When you're able to turn the tide in the room, when you go to some of these conversations and you in these community spaces, and they having dialogue and discussions or debates or whatever, and you able to introduce something into that conversation that wasn't there before. And then you start to see that changed the whole trajectory of the project of everything. It is something that do something to you, man. When you see that it can happen like that.
And one of the things that helped me personally, I'm just talking about Jabbar personally.
Right.
One of the things that helped me was seeing that impact and seeing the room change, but also knowing that my contribution mattered. But even more than that I was a subject matter expert. I think Gypsy or Deborah or somebody, council member Fig Sanders, somewhere along the way, council chair, big shot, congratulations. But somewhere around, and they was like, oh, you a subject matter expert. I think they was helping me with like a resume or something. It was something that, like subject matter expert. What you mean? I don't know what you talking about. Boo. Then I got further, like in organizing Florida Rise and Organized Florida directly impacted. And then I looked at myself. I'm like, hold on. It had to be.
I'm directly impacted.
It was around the time of Crime Survivors and Justice.
Okay, got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Around
CSJJ. Shout out to Crime Survivors for Safety and Justice.
Big shouts out to all LaDonna.
Yep, Subash, man.
Subash
is the guy.
Subash.
Yeah.
He texted me.
Juan Pablo and all of them guys. Yeah.
And I realized
statewide partners, man.
That not only was I advocating, but I was also impacted.
Right.
I was also affected. And then that's when it dawned on me. Oh yeah, who can tell them about more than me?
Yeah, because they have no idea a lot of times.
And sometimes when you look around the room, you see that you are the expert.
Yeah,
and it's only a blessing when other people notice you for your expertise.
Yeah,
but the honest to God
and
truth,
value the expertise. That's the other piece.
Exactly, and value.
Yeah, shout out to Tony Wells, man. What's good?
What's up, T?
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Really understanding your role in these spaces, like you have information, you have knowledge, you have lived experience.
Yes.
That's another one of the terms.
Lived experience. I know
you have lived experience that other people don't have.
Yes,
and once you start sharing your lived experience, particularly here in the city or in the area that we talking about, there's value to that, man. And so don't underestimate yourself and what you've been through, what you go through.
Key.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate yourself.
That's right.
Because you're more powerful than anybody has let you know. They're not going to say, oh, man, you are powerful.
Yeah.
You got to get to a certain level, then they'll start telling you.
Yeah.
But as long as you on the come up, you just got to know it.
Yeah. Or they might tell you when you're on the come up, and when you actually get up, then they start telling you, oh, you ain't really all that. Jabbar, it worked both ways. Jabbar Edmond has impact from his passion and experience, living the experience. Mad respect, always, Jabbar Edmond.
Ooh, thank you.
JJ say true. Real say true. Good to see you, Jay.
Hey, that's real, now.
And so, you mentioned gas plant. So, so we want to remind everybody that tomorrow, there is a community benefits agreement committee meeting. And it's going to be at City Hall. The dates are set, so it's January 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. And you can get more information about the Community Benefits Advisory Council by going to stpete.org/gas plant.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Is there going to be public comment?
Now that I can't tell you.
Okay, and then I'm just asking, and then
I'm gonna put this in the chat.
I got another question.
Yeah,
because as we redevelop, those 82, 86 acres, and we figure out. So okay. What is the status of the agreement? Is it a done deal?
It's not a done deal.
Okay, so the agreement between the Rays Hines and the city of St. Pete is not a done deal.
So the agreement is the agreement on a term sheet, right? And the term sheet basically says this is what we want the deal to be. And now they're talking about community benefits within the package. So as a part of the deal, they propose community benefits. Okay, I guess I'm taking too long for you.
No.
The bottom line is
because you said some words.
City council has to approve the deal.
The whole deal.
The whole deal.
So right now the whole deal is this, and then the term sheet and the part that we're at right now is here.
Yeah.
And then that's getting the agreement.
Stadium term sheet.
So the community benefits agreement that has been extended, the offers are coming from Hines Rays, and this is the offer to the community. Is this a binding offer?
None of it's binding.
Is there room for wiggle room? Can we ask for more from the community?
We can, but what I'm getting and what I'm hearing from the administration and from the Hines Rays is that so I say it this way. Hines Rays saying that the city has done such a wonderful job.
It ain't nothing else to do.
That's impressing them. Like they've saying, I won't say that it ain't nothing else to do. They said that they've committed to as much as they can commit to.
So it's nothing else to be committed?
Man, come on, man.
I'm asking.
Come on, man. Come on, don't do me like that.
Okay.
I'm here with you. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Come on, man. No, you not. Come on, man. Let's talk. If we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. But don't do me like that.
They say they committed to all they can commit to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it's still moving. You know what I mean? It's moving parts. It's moving pieces. But in any negotiation, you're gonna always press.
Okay, but this is the thing.
Until it's done, it ain't done.
But see, one part of negotiation is leverage, and knowing your leverage is knowing where you're at, and that's what I'm seeing. A lot of citizens don't understand where we're at in this negotiation. That's why I asked, was there room for wiggle room? Because what people feel is that the deal is done.
Yeah.
And I went to a meeting and they explicitly asked us to reach out to our city council members, right?
Yep.
And so then it threw me. I'm like, wait, hold on, reach out to them for what? Oh, it's still more votes. And I know if I just
it's a lot more votes. It's going to be a lot of votes because, I mean, you got to think about all of the complexities of the deal. So you got like the term sheet, you got the site plan, you got the development agreement, you got all of these different aspects of this proposal that's going to have to be moved through city council as it and so where we are is when they made that announcement last year around this time, they were basically announcing that they've come to an agreement with the Rays and say, here's what our proposal is. So even before that, as a matter of fact, so before that, the Rays, Hines, and all of you remember when they was doing the proposal, they had to choose a group that was going to, who had the best proposal. So after they said, okay, here's our proposal, among others, then the administration said, okay, we're going to choose this one. We're going to go with this developer. We like their proposal. Then once they got their proposal, they started double clicking on it to develop the term sheet.
Okay.
Here's the term sheet. Now they agreed on the term sheet. They announced we agreed on the term sheet. Now that term sheet is presented to city council. City council reviews the term sheet. We come up with questions and say, okay, we like this. We don't like that. Y'all go back. Y'all work through this. They go back. They work through that. Now they coming back and they putting these things in front of us. Then also we doing community benefits. So now here's the community benefits piece of it. That's what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is specifically talking about the community benefits part of the package. Because that meeting that you went to, I don't know if that was the same one, but there was a community benefits agreement public meeting where they was asking for people to provide their input. So at each one of these sessions,
that wasn't that.
So what? That was something else. But so at each one of these meetings, they're giving presentations and they're looking for feedback. And so as we move closer to the actual vote on the term sheet, we should be able to see the changes that's being made to the term sheet based upon the feedback that we're getting from community. And that's what we need to be looking for. And there's some other things in there that we need to be looking at. But yeah, it's not a done deal by a long shot because council still has to vote on it.
And the reason I'm asking, because I kind of want clarification for myself.
Right.
And for me being so close into this community work, and I know people in the community have no idea what's going on.
Right.
So the agreement that was made was that the Hines Rays will do the redevelopment.
Yeah.
But that's the agreement between the administration and the Hines and Rays organization.
Yes.
And now
they bring that
city council has to approve what they're agreeing on.
Correct.
And then we got to work it out.
Correct.
Okay. So then my thoughts and my question goes to your city council member is your representation on this process.
Right.
If you have a problem, if you love it, if you like it, if you want something more, this is the time to write your council member.
And that's what they were saying at that space. Like they saying, look, we happy with what we got. Now go tell your council member to do what we said.
Yes, do what we said, not do what you want them to do.
If what
I said.
If what they saying is if you agree with them, they
that's
say
what I said. If you like it,
they
love
say
it.
if you agree with us, go tell your council member you agree with us.
No, that ain't what they said. They said they say if nothing. They said go.
Okay.
G-O.
So the assumption is
that you
hear
with
it, that you with it and you agree. Yeah.
Yes. And my thing is your council member can represent your behalf. If y'all got organized and say I love it, name the city Rays Town. Let's take St. Pete off. We don't want to be St. Pete no more. We want to be Rays Town and Rays Villas. That's what you tell them. But if you have another issue or you have some stuff, because right now it's the time to air out your complaints. The window for the comment section has closed. And that's why they're having the meetings now, right?
Yeah, so it was online submissions for comments. That window is closed.
But you can still, the most important window is still open. Your council member, you can write your city council member.
Always open, yeah.
You can write your city council member. You can write every city council member in the city of St. Pete with one email.
council@stpete.org.
Council@stpete.org.
Yeah.
And let them know how you feel about it. Is there more needed?
Yeah.
Right? Is there more equity needed in the equity?
Right.
Right? Is that has equity been negotiated enough on your behalf?
Yeah.
Are you happy? Right? You think that's enough, or do you feel there's more?
Yeah.
And that's what I think, because, like I say, I think people feel that it's a done deal. They feel that when the announcement was made, that it was over.
We talked about that too. I had a conversation last week, and we talked about how the way that the announcement was put out there, it made it seem like,
most definitely,
that it was done. And so I think that's been a part of the conversation now, is how do you communicate the status?
What is the tone and the tenor?
Yeah, the tone and tenor. Yeah, but like Coach D said, don't read the headline and give up though, because what you see in the headline is Rays and the administration reached an agreement on stadium.
Yeah.
And so you got to here to stay, we ain't going nowhere. Like you got all of that stuff, and people's like, oh, it's done.
Oh, it's promoted. It was great promotion.
Yeah.
I mean, great marketing.
Yeah, but it's not done. It's still opportunities. And again, tomorrow night and every Tuesday this month, as a matter of fact, there will be Community Benefits Advisory Council meetings. I put the link in there for you so you can go to stpete.org/gas plant and really get up to speed on what's happening. They as a part of the community benefits process, they have to do a community benefit impact report. And so you can download the impact report as well. Maybe we can pull it up and we'll talk about it. Yeah.
I was just going to say.
So we'll bring it in. We can talk about it on Wednesday.
Yes, we'll talk about the
community benefits impact report. Yeah.
Because like I got so many questions.
Yeah.
Like it's not even funny.
And there's a lot of answers out there.
Yeah, but
yeah,
there's answers. And then there's answers.
There's answers.
I need answers.
You need answers. Well, let's
not
make sure
answers. I need answers.
Answers. Let's make sure Mr. Edmond gets his answers. Coach D said the newspaper is trying to sell papers, and the headline is not the whole story.
Yeah.
So y'all make sure that y'all do that. Yes. Yeah. Good morning. Stay motivated, family. Thank you, Aria. I appreciate that.
Yes.
We can't be complacent. Like, we got to get involved. Get the facts. Don't assume anything.
Yeah.
Also, in the time we got before the break, we want to remind you that the final meeting for the Healthy Food Action Plan is also happening tomorrow night at Campbell Park. So you got to pick your. You got to
no. See. Now, I ain't gonna stand. I ain't gonna stand on my milk crate.
Stand on it, but I mean, everybody can't be at everything.
You got to pick your boys.
No, you got to build your team.
Oh.
You got to build your team because there's so much happening. Like it's going to be conflicts. And so you can't avoid a conflict in the schedule, but when you got so many things happening, and so that means we got to delegate. We got to say, okay, if this is your thing,
and we can advocate.
Yeah.
We can delegate, but we can also advocate for better and more intentional scheduling. It's not nothing or a shot at nobody.
Both and.
That's why I say it ain't a shot at nobody.
Both and. But until we get to the other side of it, you gotta look at where you are right now. Where we are right now is we got 2 meetings on the same day.
I know.
Yeah, that's happening tomorrow. So what we gonna do tomorrow?
So first thing we're gonna do tomorrow. First thing we're gonna do tomorrow, when you go to your prospective meeting and respective meeting, please voice your concern about the scheduling of these meetings.
That's how you do it. But don't not go. But don't not go because y'all see that's why I don't go to these meetings, because they schedule them both at the same time. So I ain't going to now one up. Come on, man. Come on, y'all tripping. Like, I feel if I would have took that position.
So I used to be like that. I used to think like that.
They put them both on the same time. I ain't going to
see what they're trying to do is they trying to confuse us. See, I ain't gonna be confused.
But you acting confused the whole time. All right, y'all, we're going to take a break. It's the top of the hour. We're going to take a break. For the radio listening audience, you'll be able to get some Democracy Now!, some headline news. And then for those who are on the Facebook, we're going to do a couple ads. And then we'll be back at about 6 or 7 minutes after the hour. You're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Jams, The Bird. And this program is being brought to you part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See that.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because
smart is the new
gangsta.
baby.
And if you don't know,
now you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
And we have special guests with us in the building. We got Maya Pink joining us on the ride this morning. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
Let's do this. Let's see if we can bring that table mic over, because it's just easier. Yeah, just pull that closer to you. There you go. Yeah. Right. That's it. I think that's gonna work out better for us this morning and for our listening audience. So how are you?
I'm good.
And for those who don't know who Maya Pink is, introduce yourself to the people. Let them know.
So my name is Maya Pink, or Maya Moody, and I am a local painter, philanthropist, poet, and I am here today to talk a little bit about my second annual Soul Revival Art Festival and fundraiser. And it is a fundraiser for sickle cell, and it'll be this weekend.
So the Soul Revival, give me that title again. I want to put it in the caption here.
The second annual Soul Revival Art Festival and sickle cell fundraiser.
Okay, tell me about that.
So this is our second year, and the fundraiser was inspired by my aunt, Lamitra Moody. Well, the fundraiser is actually like a celebration of my 4-year anniversary for my brand, Happy Soul by Pink.
Okay.
And so Happy Soul by Pink was inspired by my aunt Lamitra Moody. She passed away when I was 16. She had sickle cell and arthritis, and basically my brand is to promote positivity no matter what you're going through. And so that was kind of an ode to her testimony, where she was always smiling, always positive, no matter what she was going through, no matter how much pain she was in. You would never know by looking at her or talking to her. So that's kind of what inspired my brand. And so Soul Revival is a celebration of the brand and a way to raise more money and awareness of sickle cell.
And I think that's very important when we talk about, issues in the Black community. We've been talking about sickle cell, I think, on and off throughout my lifetime. So I remember like there was times where like it was like a real big focus on sickle cell, and then it just kind of teetered off. Not so much now. And I'm starting to hear, some things starting to come back about it, but definitely, an issue that needs to be addressed, needs to, some attention. And you said it was inspired by your relationship with your aunt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched her go through many different things in my lifetime of, my 16 years of life. And my dad also has sickle cell. So I watched both of them kind of go in and out of the hospital when I was growing up. And I didn't really know the severity of it. But I do know that over the years, they have found more, I want to say, cures or treatments. More treatments.
Yeah.
And they recently just found one where I think it's 2 different versions, but it's basically like a gene reconstruction that they do. Where before it was like bone marrow and you had to find a donor.
Yeah.
So either way, both of the procedures are very expensive. And then with the gene reconstruction one, it's I think ages 12 through 30. You can only get treated if you're like ages 12 through 30. So yeah, it's still a lot to be learned about sickle cell.
Right.
And to make things more accessible to the ones who are struggling with it. But that's what the awareness is about.
No, I love that. The second annual Soul Revival and Art Festival and Fundraiser, and you have a few days of events here. So you got a big weekend coming up. So we'll walk through the weekend. So we starting on Saturday. So we got the Revival Art Gala brunch Saturday from 11 to 3. And that's at the studio at 620. Tell me about that.
So at the Revival Art Gala brunch, that is the first of its kind.
Okay.
So last year it was just the festival, it was just one day.
So you're growing, expanding. Yes, congratulations.
Expanding. Thank you. So we'll be having a exhibition at Studio at 620, and it will consist of artists, my artwork, artist Selena Ferrer, Azora, Ebony, Adside, and hope I'm not missing anybody. I think that's it.
Okay.
If I think of anybody else.
Are they on the Eventbrite?
They are. Well, they're on Instagram.
Okay.
So
because shout out to Mitchum Services and Tamika Mitchum. She put the link in the chat for us.
Yes.
And so you can go on the link if you want to register and purchase tickets. Can you also just donate if you want to donate?
You can donate.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so like giving a donation and supporting this cause, because that's amazing. The work that you're doing. And so after the gala, then on Sunday is the Soul Revival Art Fest.
Yes.
Okay. And that's on the Deuces, right? Deuces Corner Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so with the Art Fest, we'll have vendors, we'll have live art, live painting going on, we'll have a few live demos, we'll have like a live food demo. We'll have more performances. There will also be performances at the brunch as well.
Okay.
So we'll have more performances outside. And then inside of the Well for Life, there will be another gallery. It'll be a pop-up gallery. And to get inside of the pop-up gallery, it'll be $25. But the main event itself is free. So if you want to just come out, check out the vendors, check out the art. And there's also going to be art activities.
Right.
So if you want to kind of get your hands dirty and work with some paint or whatever, come outside and do that and just chill.
Yeah. And the type of art that you do, like you a visual artist and you actually paint, right?
Yes, I'm a painter.
And I remember seeing you paint a car.
A car?
Yeah. At Child's Park?
No, that wasn't me.
That wasn't you doing that?
That wasn't me.
Man, I thought that was you out there painting that car.
I'm like, I ain't never painted no car.
You sure? Carvana? That wasn't you? Man, I'm getting older. Yeah, I am. And I appreciate it, but this is one of the side effects.
I'm scared.
I could have sworn that was you.
No, I think the last thing that I did that was like me painting live in the community was the chalk fest.
Okay.
I did do the chalk fest.
I got you. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Debbie Garrett.
I'm glad you wasn't doing nothing, or they wasn't doing nothing wrong. Because I just put you all in that. Yeah. Just put you all. So how long you been painting?
All my life. That's always my answer. All my life. But
so how long is that?
I'm 23. I'll be 24 next week.
Okay.
So this is also kind of like a birthday celebration.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. Yes. But I would say that I kind of turned it into a career in like 2018, 2019.
Okay, but you've been painting for 22.
I say 23 years. I guess I couldn't hold a paintbrush when I was 1.
Yeah, there you go. 23 years. You got to put that number out there, man. Yeah. Even if you 12, I've been painting for 11 years. 11 years. all my life. That's when you say all my life. Because you know black don't crack, so we don't know how old you is. Yeah.
Well, you said, you can't even imagine.
You can't imagine.
I'm 45.
Right? So all your life, you look like you're 13. Right? So that's amazing. And I've seen your work. I think I saw, look, it might have been you. It might not have been you. At the foundation, you did some stuff over at the Center for Health Equity. Did you do some stuff over there?
I might have had some stuff.
Okay, like displayed and different displays.
I seen your stuff at 22 South.
Yes.
Okay.
I seen your stuff, and I
listen, I love it. Like, I think you had like a gold leaf or something on it.
Yeah.
Like, man, it looked like what I seen. It looked like the old paintings, when they have from like the Roman era. You know what I mean? It looked like real regal. Is that the word? But it was black.
Okay.
I think you're probably talking about one of my most popular pieces, which is my Ancest Stories series.
Okay.
And so that will be shown at the brunch.
The Ancestor series?
Yep. I call it Ancest Stories. So
Ancest Stories. Yeah.
And so it's basically to represent how we are our ancestors. It's called We Are Our Ancest Stories, Wildest Dreams. And so if you look at the paintings, and you can check them out on my website, but like if you look at the paintings, it's a 3-part series, and the women are all getting their hair braided. And so it's kind of to represent how like when we're getting our hair braided, we're often sharing stories or our dreams. And as that's happening, you're also like playing with your hair, and our hair is kind of like our antenna. And so it's just kind of to represent how like we are those people. So like at the bottom, there's like what you were kind of talking about, like the old school looking painting. And then at the top of the painting, it's like, and it's black and white at the bottom, but at the top it's like colorful.
Okay.
And it kind of looks like their dreams are essentially like this time period.
Okay.
So
okay. I see that.
Yeah.
I see it.
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. That's why you got to have them conversations with the artists, right?
Exactly. You're right. I do love it though, because I think I wanted the big. I did. Yeah, I just didn't have my finances or to see how my bank account was set up.
Right. You got the savings and the checking, right? Oh, that's amazing. And I see you got some partners with you that's working on this as well. Yes. You want to tell us about that? So I see Green Book of Tampa Bay is on here. So shout out. I was just with Hill V the other night, and studio at 6.
For her film.
Yep, for the film. St. Pete College, the Dolly Museum.
Yes.
That's kind of a big deal, right? Yeah. How you connected with them people?
Well, just networking, reaching out.
Just reaching out.
No,
that's a real question.
It's really a matter of just reaching out and being organized in whatever it is you're presenting, so that they realize that you're not just some random person off the street.
Right.
And your grind.
Your
grind and your work has preceded you into some rooms. You get what I'm saying? Because you've been on your grind just to be 23. Like I've seen you in your work 2-3 years ago. You get what I'm saying? So you was 20 then? You get what I'm saying? So good work. You really putting in the work, and you deserve to have these partners and many more.
Right. And so with this art, and I know how we show up, like we naturally gifted as people, and we got all kind of skills. So like, did you go to school to learn how to do this, or were you just like growing up always had the eye for it?
I've always wanted to be in the art community, but I didn't realize that was something that I could do in St. Pete.
Okay.
I always wanted to like leave and go to I wanted to go to SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design. And so
I'm gonna stop you for a second. I'm interrupting. We'll come back. No, because so did you grow up wanting like in third grade when they ask you what you want to be when you grow up? Was your answer an artist?
I would say fashion designer.
A fashion designer. Mm-hmm. Okay, got it.
So I don't think it was until high school. I mean, when I was in high school, I was applying to fashion schools.
Okay.
But I don't think it was until high school that I realized how much I liked painting.
Okay.
And it wasn't until college that I realized, dang, painting has taken over my life. But painting also is my form of healing. So when I was on my healing journey, the only thing that was helping me understand what I was going through was the paintbrush. So that's also kind of like one of my missions. With the mission for the event is to bridge the gap between art and wellness. And so it's kind of to represent how I made it through.
Yeah.
And so it's not just painting, like poetry helped me as well, music. So I mean, any like fashion itself, like fashion that's where I started.
Okay.
And so if it wasn't for fashion, I don't think that I would have thought about a career choice in art. And then like me wanting to do fashion is what kind of catapulted me into having a brand. I didn't really care for a brand. I didn't really care for digital design or any of that. I just wanted to like start sewing and stuff. But I realized that I started to kind of get my foot in the door by starting a brand, my foot in the door of fashion. And so I don't make as many designs as I want to, but every once in a while I might pull out my sewing machine and make something. So I'm still not focused on fashion as much as I want to. But to be completely honest, I kind of went through like a little hippie phase. So I stopped really like caring about fashion itself and was just like, I'm going to wear what's comfortable.
Yeah.
But now I kind of want to get back into it and start making comfortable clothing.
That's what they call it, hippie phase, because I'm kind of in that phase right now myself.
I was in the phase that I live the hippie phase.
I'm in that phase.
But listen, I want to say
thank you, Tamika. Tamika put the link to your website. MayaPink.com.
Yes.
Okay.
And I want to see my artwork.
You own it. Thank you so much.
I want to say this.
Mitchell Services.
I didn't know you were into fashion. Because some of your art, it hit me like clothes. Like somewhat like I was like, oh, that'd be a nice shirt, or that'd be a nice pattern on the jacket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I did my first pattern jacket. Somebody asked me to turn one of my paintings into a cardigan. And I was able to do it. And I don't have that that's on my Instagram.
But did you like it?
I did like it. That was my first time ever seeing my art on like fashion and not just like a printed out.
Did you transfer it?
No, it was like knitted. I found a website where they would knit your design into like a cardigan. So it was really cool seeing that. He challenged me. He was like, well, if you can't do it, I was like, no, I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna do some research.
Yeah.
That's the whole side of it, Keith. But if you can't do it, don't worry about it.
No, and he was willing to pay. That's the one thing about artists. Like people want you to do stuff, but then you go and order it, and then they like, I don't know if I want it no more. But no, he was willing to pay. He didn't care how much it costed. He just really wanted that on a cardigan.
That's amazing.
I was like, I'm gonna try to make it happen. So yeah. So to answer your question, I did not go to school for it.
Okay.
I went to SPC. I graduated with my AA. I took a quote unquote gap year in 2020, and it's been 4 years, and I've not been back.
You still on your gap year?
I'm still in my gap year.
I'm on my gap year too. What are you talking about? 2002.
So in that 4 years, I have decided that I do want to go back to perfect my craft and get into psychology as well. So I'm kind of leaning towards the art therapy world.
Right.
But yeah, in those 4 years, I don't regret it because I'm also celebrating my 4-year anniversary of my brand.
Right.
So pick and choose your battles.
No, that's right though.
Yeah.
That's the one right there.
Yes.
Go. Yep. Listen, I'm telling you, I remember.
Okay, yeah.
Because when I seen it, I'm
your memory better than mine.
And see, I didn't know, and I didn't know she was braiding her hair. Mm-hmm. So like art is what you perceive it, and it was like the head pastor praying for the other guy. I didn't know it was two women playing in the house.
Okay.
I learned today.
I got you. Mm-hmm. Look, you was able to have a conversation with the artist, and you can get that perspective and really see what's.
I am my ancestors' wildest dream.
And seeing what's happening with that. And so with you said something earlier that got my attention, because we've been talking for the past week now about this decline in Black population in St. Pete and how, Black people been leaving St. Pete for a lot of different reasons. And you said that you thought that you would have to leave St. Pete in order to pursue your career. Let's double click on that. What was kind of the thought process, and then when did you realize that you could actually stay in St. Pete and do art?
I would say when I was having this mindset, I was like still in high school.
Okay.
So I wasn't like out in the scene. The only thing I knew of was the Dolly Museum and like the Mahaffey Theater and things like that.
Okay.
So I'm like that's fancy art. Like where's like the word artist? I'd only ever seen stuff like that in Miami or, you know, Atlanta, New York. And I had gone to New York and I went to New York once and I made the decision I cannot live in New York. I don't care how much art is here.
Right.
I was like depressed after 3 days because the sun don't be out. I didn't realize that the sun could affect you that much.
Yeah.
So
especially being from the Sunshine City.
So
right.
I was like, I don't know if I could ever live in New York. So that was like in 2019. So being in St. Pete, I started to go to more vending events and just connecting with other artists and like what do they call it? Like, I don't know, homebred community. Like just it's not like a big organization, but it's just a bunch of people with similar ideas coming together. And I realized that like I love stuff like that. Like and also realizing that like I had to step outside of my comfort zone and expecting to be around people my age. Most of the people that I was around were already like in their 30s or late 20s, had already been doing the art thing for a while, creating these communities. And so just realizing like, hey, I can keep doing this, or hey, I can do this too. Like I can build communities too. Kind of made me realize that it was possible, but also throughout, because I've personally, like, I feel like the art community in St. Pete has grown a lot in the past 5 years.
I mean, it's a whole warehouse arts district now. Yeah.
And I don't think I don't know how new that is, but I definitely wasn't aware of that in high school.
Yeah.
And I didn't become aware of it until I don't even think it was at the beginning of my art career that So I'm still like getting used to the fact that it's kind of like a little baby New York here. And so I don't know.
Because St. Pete has been heralded as a city for the arts, and it's been celebrated, and you know,
and
art's been celebrated.
A lot of people who are like famous that were from St. Pete.
Yeah.
And you know, I feel like I really believe that St. Pete is full of talent, and it's just a matter of us working together and being real about what it takes to actually like steward your talent and your gifts. I think a lot of people kind of just brush it off as like a little hobby, but I think if we show the importance of art and what it can do for the community and for ourselves, that it can really change the way we look at it. People always like, a lot of times I meet people, they're like, oh, I can't draw a stick figure, or I'm not an artist. I don't feel like anybody's an artist. We're human. We come from a creator. That means we have
I make the best stick figures in the world.
Listen, this is what people don't know, because art don't mean like, because we look at other people's art and be like, oh, that's good art, and then look at your songs and be like, oh, mine ain't that good. But that ain't art. If you look at like Basquiat was not what you like. You will look at Basquiat art and maybe think a child drew. You get what I'm saying? You might not know. You get what I'm saying? That this is a well-educated, like legendary
professionally trained
legendary figure, because he is a square with the thing with the, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, I can draw that.
Yeah.
If Basquiat is the best, then I can do that.
Right.
I can. Give me a chance.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. I've never heard that name. I'm not in the artist space.
Jean-John Basquiat.
Yeah, you should definitely look him up.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Oh, you know about Basquiat? So he was a young dude. He was a young black dude.
Okay.
And he was like the it thing.
Okay.
Fat Five Freddy was his partner. You know what Fat? You know
I do. Fat Five Freddy. Yeah,
Fat Five Freddy was big on that scene.
Okay.
That's why he got to Yo MTV Rap.
I got you.
Because he was big in that arts and graffiti and blah, 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 blah,
okay.
Blah.
Okay.
And Basquiat and them was all in that little camp too.
That's what's up, man. Look, y'all. Look, artist conversation. Let me just sit back and just watch y'all work, man. And there's also a link in here, so if you want to volunteer, because I guess volunteers are needed. Yeah, she really.
And thank you, Tamika.
She is amazing, man.
See that? I see a logo right here.
Yeah,
I see your logo. I see what you did.
Art is self-expression.
Yes, it is.
Whatever that looks like to each individual. Yeah, no, that's right though. I appreciate that. No, and I mean, it's just an interesting journey, and I'm hearing you talk about, you know, just the different phases and stages, and it's encouraging because you're young, right? And you know, you won't forever be young, right? But to be able to explore and take the time to say, you know what, this is where I started at in my journey. This is where I am now. And, you know, understanding that there's a world of possibilities is sometimes missed, I think, on a lot of our young, you know, because it's like, okay, I got to do this thing and I only got so much time. But it's like, yo, you know what you can do in 20 years?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what you can do in 1 year?
You know what you can do in 1 year. Yeah.
Next month.
Yeah, that's right. We often,
often
I saw something that said we often underestimate what we can do in a year and we overestimate what we can do in 10. You know what I'm saying? And so just to see how you kind of laying this out, it's really inspiring and encouraging. And then the second annual Soul Revival. Soul Revival. Tell me about the Soul Revival piece of this festival.
So that's the title of the whole weekend.
Okay.
And so the title really just came from what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I want us to kind of focus less on the world, the worldly aspect of life, and more on the soul, like what we're feeling inside, what our essence is. And I honestly believe that our essence is to create, is to be creative, and that we find healing in creating. And when we take the pressure off, like we were just saying, what that looks like, that's when we can really find true healing and different outlets. Because I mean, like, cooking is art, writing is art, cleaning can even be art. Like, there's all types of things that it seriously,
that's right.
It's an art. Like, so, you know, there's all types of things that we can look at from more of a creative perspective and more of a like less of a, it doesn't have to, everything don't have to be so serious all the time, you know? So I kind of just wanted to create a space where people can kind of tap into that childlike nature, which essentially I feel like is the soul.
Right. No, I love that, and it's in line with what you said earlier about the healing through art, and I like, again, to double click on that and just talk some, you know, about maybe like your personal journey, and then how have you seen art help others in their journey of like healing and self healing? If you want to share anything around that.
So me personally, my story is kind of, I struggled with a lot of mental health, depression, anxiety, things like that. And so during my time of just trying to process what I was going through, I spent a lot of time painting and writing. And I was never writing for the sake of being creative. I was just writing for the sake of brain dumping.
Okay.
Just getting it out. But then I started to realize, as I would go back and read what I wrote and look at what I was painting, that they were either patterns there or answers to my questions or whatever it may be. And so that's like at the early part of my journey, I was just organically doing that. It's not like I was like, I feel like I need to heal, let me paint.
It's like, okay, I just something I want to do. So you start.
Yeah, I just was doing it. I'm like, I don't know what else to do. I can't talk to nobody. I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna just paint.
Right.
Or you know, or I'll just see something in my head. And because sometimes it's sort of like this, I'll see something in my head and then, you know, I paint it. And then afterwards I realize, oh, this is what I've been going through. So I don't always know exactly what I'm doing when I'm doing it. But I realize that the process itself is healing, but also having the piece of artwork can help you heal in the future when you're going through something similar. You're like, wait, I've been here before. This is what I learned. And so it's kind of like a reminder. Aside from that, moving through my journey, I mean, kind of like I said, just having a catalog essentially of everything that I've been through visually, unintentionally, but visually, it helps because it's like your own personal Bible, I guess, where you can just go back and see what it is that God has already said to you specifically, and how you were able to move through in that time period. And then art is timeless as well, so it's not like it's like this is only relatable to 2011 when I wrote it. It's like, you know, it's like an overall thing that you're getting from the body of work. So yeah, I guess that's kind of like my experience. And painting and poetry is synonymous to my healing journey. And then as it pertains to other people, also for myself, I was in art therapy.
Okay.
And that is also very helpful because I feel like
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
But I just, I'm a black man in America, like in South St. Pete, and so like I don't even know where to start looking for like art therapy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you even pursue that? Yeah.
Don't know how. I mean, like checking with the well. I'm sure that they have some connects for you, but that's where I found mine was through the well. But she's specifically for young women.
So that's like a conversation, and as you okay, there we go. It's coming to me now. So when you go and you say, look, I'm dealing with some things, and I want to talk to somebody about it. As a part of that conversation, that's when you would be introduced to like, okay, well, maybe this will be something that would be able to support you in your journey to heal. Maybe you do this, right?
Yeah, and it just depends on like the route that you take, because there's different routes.
Like you don't wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I think I'm gonna go take some art therapy.
Yeah,
it don't happen like that.
No, I mean it could. It just depends on how quick you can find it. Because even if you find a therapist, then you got to make sure you got to schedule an appointment, and then you got to have that initial appointment. And all of that.
And so it's like a whole thing.
It's
not just like, okay, I'm finna go buy me a paintbrush and something but it's really understanding.
You can do that at your house. You can do it on your own. If you're like
all of the above, there we go.
Yeah, like if you want to do your own art therapy, like it's not this big grand thing. Like when I was in art therapy, there were things where it's like I'd be going through something. She's like, okay, we're gonna stop right there. I want you to go grab a pencil and just draw how you feel about. Okay, this was probably my favorite one. She asked me to make a visual of what perfectionism looked like to me.
Perfectionism. Yeah. Okay.
And so I painted myself as a superhero and a religious figure, and like I painted, my brain was coming out of the painting, and it kind of just had all of the thoughts that I had circling around in my mind.
Okay.
And so I like that because like oftentimes we need visuals to kind of help us see what it is that we're experiencing or what we're thinking over and over and over again. And once again, it doesn't have to be a picture, like just writing words. One time she had me write all of the negative thoughts that I was having on like little pieces of paper, tape those pieces of paper together, and then like into like a circle, and then just like read them off to kind of represent how that's what I've been saying to myself over and over again in my head.
Okay.
And then she had me flip that around and write like the rebuttal to that, like a positive rebuttal to that, and then say it over and over again in my head. And it made me realize like this sounds foreign. Like the positive affirmation sounded foreign.
Wow.
So it made me realize like, okay, I need to work on how I'm talking to myself in my head. So it's a visual. You can talk to somebody all day long. Like me personally, that don't work for me because I'm a creative. So I can talk to somebody all day long about my problems, and they can tell me, well, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm hearing. But until I can physically see what's going on, it's not always going to stick.
That's powerful.
It's kind of like that with learning. I always tell people like, if I can't visualize it in my head, it's really hard for me to comprehend what you're talking about. People will try to talk to me about like technology, and it's like I can't visualize what you're saying.
I've study, right? And how people learn in different, ways that you learn, and how you talk about like a visual learner. Then you got like the hands-on learners, you got auditory learners, people who you could just say things to them. And I found a lot of success with sketches and, just being able to draw out something that just to demonstrate your understanding of it. You know what I'm saying? Like creating a sketch for it.
Right.
And it's true, like with any learning, that's one of the flaws, I think, with our educational system and the model is like you teaching people how to work on cars, but they never really work on cars. Like a lot of that stuff is, book, lessons, and then the ability to regurgitate facts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, we're going to give you these, 10 questions. And if you can remember the answer to these 10 questions, then you pass the test.
Right.
We certify you saying that you are competent in this thing, but you probably
ain't never even touched it.
There you go. Yeah. So hearing that in the context of art therapy is really inspiring to know that, that's the thing that's out there and that our community is taking advantage of it. And so I appreciate that. Happy Soul by Pink LLC. That's your
that is my business.
That's your business. The Well for Life presenting the gala. And again, it's the second annual Soul Revival Art Festival and fundraiser for sickle cell. And encouraged by this, and this is this weekend.
This weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. So again, Saturday, the Revival Art Gala and Brunch is 11 to 3 at the studio at 620. And then you have the Soul Revival Art Fest from 2 to 6 at the Deuces Corner Park. And then right across the street from the park, you got the pop-up gallery. And are you the only artist that's featured in there, or do you have other artists that
there will be 3 other emerging artists in there.
Okay. Mm-hmm. To be announced. Can we say them now? To be announced?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And that's what's up, man. And so what made you think that you could actually pull this off?
I'm one of those people. So like as an artist, you see something and you literally cannot rest until it happens. So it was one of those things. I feel like the vision for the festival, I mean, I've had it for a while. I threw my first event. It wasn't nearly as big as this one, but I threw my first event at it had to be 20. Yeah, it was 2020. It was 2020. No, it wasn't. It was 2021.
Okay.
And it was very quaint. It was in the parking lot of actually the job that I work at now.
Okay.
But I didn't work there at the time. And
how about that?
It was I know it's crazy. It was very quaint, but it was nice. It was similar vibe.
Okay.
There were vendors, there was a live band, and there was a food truck, and we had like a community art project. And it was cute. And so after doing that, I was like, and I put that one off in a month. So I was like, okay, if I give myself a year,
right,
to pull something together, I could do something.
Yeah.
And so I knew that I had a support system, my family, in my community. And so I was like, if they behind it, then I know I can do it.
That's what's up.
So I'm a huge believer in writing things down. I mean, that's what this whole thing, talk about art.
Right.
But
right.
I'm a huge believer in writing things down. So
get it out your head.
Wrote down every single thing that I saw it being. And though some of it didn't happen last year, now some of it is happening this year. And though some of it isn't happening this year, I'm sure some of it will happen next year.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of kind of releasing your expectation on what you think is going to look like, and just moving towards whatever it is that you're trying to move towards, and everything that is supposed to happen is going to happen.
Ashe. Mr. Eben, you got questions for Maya?
I don't have any questions, but I do. I know you're going to the business podcast with Sandra on Tuesday. Big shots out you.
Sharonda, yeah, is that business? Yeah, yeah, Sharonda Davis. Yeah. Shout out to Sharonda. So that's Business Talk Podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, we say Tuesday like it's
it is tomorrow.
So that's the third meeting tomorrow. I don't know how we're gonna do it.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking.
There's 3 things happening tomorrow.
I'm just
okay.
Joking.
Yeah, no, it's a lot happening.
It is.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's gonna be action packed.
Yeah.
We're gonna be there.
No, I love it. And so again, the second annual Soul Revival Art Festival and Fundraiser. The partners we have here is at Blick Arts Material.
Yes, Blick Arts Material, the Dolly Museum, St. Petersburg College, Green Book of Tampa Bay, Mitchum Services, The Well, and
I see the Sickle Cell Foundation, but it's small.
The Sickle Cell Foundation is the beneficiary. So they aren't sponsors, but
that's where the funds will be going towards. Okay,
yeah.
No, this is amazing, and I'm so excited about it, and just being able to see you come in and really lay out the case. I got your the press kit, and I was like, wow, like this thing for real, man. Like you didn't just put the flyer together, like you really have the facts about what's going on and what you're going to be doing. And so what are some other things that like people can expect? So when you get there, to the Deuces and you show up, what can people expect when they get there?
You can expect great vibes being provided by the DJ Donnie Love.
Oh yeah,
she's gonna be out there.
Say less, DJ Donnie Love.
Yes, expect it to be like a family reunion, of our community. Expect to see a bunch of art. Expect to get your hands into some art, and really just connect with the community, connect with each other, and just have a good time.
And for those who want to vend, are there still vending opportunities, or has that window?
Yes, there are still vending opportunities. So if you would like to vend, there is a link on my Instagram and Facebook. I'll I was gonna say on my website, but it's not on my website.
Okay.
So yeah. Just
is that
out.
event link happysoul.pink? Or is that another?
No, so it would be on the it would be through the Eventbrite. If you have questions, you could email happysoulbypink@gmail.com.
Okay.
But essentially, if you want to be a vendor, all you would do is go to the Eventbrite and then click what type of vendor you are, purchase a vendor ticket, and then send me your logo and your business description.
Okay. And you said there will be interactive art activities, and so you can come in, roll up your sleeves. Yeah.
We'll have paint, chalk. We'll even have like some writing activities. So
okay. No, I love that. And then you can get tickets again available on Eventbrite. You can also volunteer. So if you're interested in volunteering, there's a link for you to do that. And I mean, it's going to be amazing, y'all. And I like this because it talks about the mission of the Sickle Cell Disease Association of America. And so, again, the proceeds will be going to Sickle Cell Disease Association of America, St. Petersburg chapter. The mission is to educate and improve understanding of sickle cell disease and the sickle cell trait, and to enhance the quality of life for individuals affected with sickle cell disease by facilitating activities to lend economic, psychological, and social support. And it's just amazing that you doing this. And again, the motivation, like it's the personal connection to it, right? It's like not just a feel good thing and it'll be nice to do it, and but knowing that it's connected to your family, and that's real powerful. So I appreciate that.
And let me add another thing. Sure. I learned while putting this on last year that the donations, so my brand, we automatically donate $1 every time we sell apparel to the Sickle Cell Foundation. So Soul Revival was a way of us donating more per year.
Okay. And so you already were contributing to this cause.
And so I found out last year when I was going through this, they told me that they had been putting my donations towards a scholarship that they had in my aunt's name.
Oh, wow.
And I wasn't aware of that before. So it just made me feel like I was on the right track. My aunt was a teacher. I'm also a teacher. So a lot of my family is in education. So it was very fulfilling to know that where my donations were going, and that it was going to essentially help someone with their education.
That's amazing. And food is going to be food, and
there is going to be food. We have a few food vendors, and there's actually going to be a live food demo by Yes Chef Village.
Okay.
So he'll be showing us.
So is that Marky's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So he'll be showing us how to make some healthy, some fun, tasty, healthy dishes that we can make. Some easy dishes we can make at home.
Okay. No, that's amazing. And then I'm in the facts right here now. So we talked about the volunteer opportunities that are available for people who want to get involved. It's asking about a dress code, because I know like you got the gala. Do we need to put on clothes for the brunch?
So for the brunch, I would love if everyone could come in their cultural attire. You don't necessarily have to be dressy, but
African wear.
Yeah, some African wear. If you in any other culture that you are, just wear your traditional, your prints, your headpieces, whatever it is that you want to wear to represent your culture. I would love to see everyone kind of dressed in their cultural attire. I want it to look like we are the world in there. Bless you. And then we will also have a photographer there who will be taking headshots. And we'll have like a little photo op, a little pink carpet. So my name is Maya Pink.
Okay.
So we'll have a pink carpet instead of a red carpet.
I like that.
So I just, come in your best dressed cultural attire.
Okay. Love. See, I'm glad I asked.
Yes, I'm glad you asked. I've been forgetting to bring it up. Like in my head, I see everybody dressed, but I keep forgetting.
Yeah, no, I got that, and I appreciate that, and I can see that vibe. You said we are the world. I was thinking more like Coming to America.
That too. That too. Like Afro punk, things like that.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I see in my head.
No, that's amazing. That again, being able to take this idea from your head, doing it, a smaller scale last year, second annual. So now you got more events coming up and more opportunities to give. You know what I mean? And that's what I see it. So it's more opportunities to support a cause. And so again, you have the brunch. You can get the tickets for the brunch. You can also get the ticket for the pop-up art gallery, and get acquainted and familiar with some of the local artists. And if there was like a final message or a thought that you wanted to leave the people with and say, this is why you should come, this is why you should be there, what would that message be?
I would say support your local artists. Support your local artists. Support your local Black-owned businesses, and support your community in regards to giving out some donations, buying some raffle tickets, help us reach our goal for sickle cell.
I love it. Mr. Eben.
It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. But thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your art. One day I'm gonna save up enough money to make a purchase. I am. I tell you, I like this from 22nd when you had came in and then you had put it up, and I was like, "Oh, I'm telling you, won't even know." I said, "Dang, I really like that little art." But I seen something totally different. That's why you wouldn't know what art is. So when you said what it was to what my perception of what it was. So keep up the good work.
Thank you.
No, I love that. And so I want to go back to this and just again, thank you for coming through. Thank you for what you're doing. We'll post a link to the flyer as well, a link to the event. I mean, Mitchell Services is on it. You got like the right people in the right places. Yeah.
It's been helping me keep my head on my shoulders.
Yeah, because I mean, it is. It's organizing is not for the faint of heart. Mm-hmm. And then organizing around, these types of things, I know it can be even more of a challenge. And so again, I applaud you. Hats off to you being, now I'm starting to sound old, but being young.
being young.
But I mean, and having this kind of drive.
No, but that's real.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we don't really start to get involved and take this type of initiative until later on. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't tap into my art side. I was probably 35, 40.
Yeah.
So
when you realize,
if I would have tapped in at 2024, well, I probably wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, you like a Martin Luther King of art. He started when he was like 24. He was a pastor.
No, that's the whole thing with it, and that's why I applaud it, because we oftentimes forget that a lot of our movement builders and our social justice warriors were in their early 20s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they were like 19, 20. You know what I'm saying? When we started doing what they're doing, and then we get acquainted with them, and then the way that they tell a story about it, like we think that they were old people and it happened a really, 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 really long time ago. You know what I mean? But our parents were alive, some of them, you know what I'm saying, and around, and they like remember a lot of that stuff when it was on TV. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so like carrying that tradition and being able to pick up the torch, you know what I mean? Like this is second annual and you 23. So just imagine like in 20 years when you on the the 23rd annual and
you only 40.
You know what I mean? Like, and you've been doing this like half your lifetime at that point. You know what I'm saying? And the support that you get, hopefully the resources that are available to people with sickle cell will improve. The information will be out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it is, I think it's an issue in our community, a health issue that we don't really highlight as much as like I said, growing up, I remember they used to talk about sickle cell.
Oh, you're so right.
You know what I'm saying? But
I lost a couple of homeboys on different sickle cell complications and different stuff like that. So you got absolutely right.
Yeah, and the pain that people who in sickle cell deal with, like a lot of that stuff, the awareness to the magnitude and the impact of this, not only on the individuals that are having the episodes, but like the family, like it wasn't you, but it was your aunt, and so watching that journey, that could be traumatizing when you seeing somebody.
Aunt and my dad.
Aunt and dad, you know what I'm saying? And so like those episodes and just watching them struggle with it and the pain that they in, and like ain't nothing you can really do about it. That's a lot. And so thank you for picking up that torch and actually deciding to do something. I appreciate it. And so again, the second annual Soul Revival Art Festival and Fundraiser, that's going to be happening this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday the 13th, starting at 620 First Avenue is where the kickoff will be. And then Sunday at 833 22nd is the pop-up and the Deuces Corner. So y'all come through, man. Y'all make sure that y'all show up, pull up, and talk to us. I think we got to land this plane, man.
Okay. So my final thoughts, once again, thank you for coming. We got a lot of work to do. today.
Yeah.
On Fund Our Futures, there will be a protest at City Hall steps today.
Okay.
And it will be really not necessarily protesting, but what we're doing is talking about legislative session is about to begin.
Yeah.
This is the day before it starts, so legislative session starts tomorrow. And so what we want to do is say fund our future.
I'm gonna do like you do. What is legislative session?
So it is when they make the laws for our state.
Yeah.
The state goes into session, and when they go in write all the laws that y'all say y'all don't like and all the stuff y'all be complaining about.
Mm-hmm.
So they finna start that right now.
Okay.
And so what we want to do is uplift the voices of the people. 10 a.m. at St. Pete City Hall. Y'all pull up. It's Fund Our Futures.
That's in a few minutes, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah, that's happening.
So Fund Our Futures, man. Y'all come on out. It's important. It's the first step. If you got to go to work, go to work. But if you can take an early break, take your early lunch break, 10 a.m., come to St. Pete City Hall. I
love that, man. And so, and then also tonight, so we continue into 49th Street Business District organizing. And so tonight will be the first meeting of the year. It'll be at 6:00 at 1617 49th Street South at the Gulfport Neighborhood Center. So y'all make sure that y'all come through, pull up, man. We're going to be continuing the work of organizing around the 49th Street Business District. We'll get updates on the status of the action plan. So what we've been doing is like taking, the ideas, feedback, information from community and compiling that into an actual action plan. And so we'll give you an update on where we are with that. And also coming up with a name. Like we want to name the district and what do we want it to be? What do we want to call it? And so these are those moments where 10 years from now, when you wondering why we call this thing that, like, we decided that now, and you can come and help be a part of that decision. so if a name is chosen that you don't like and you don't like it 10 years from, like, I'm gonna be able to replay this back and say, look, we extended the opportunity for you to come and voice your opinion on the name, and you chose to or not. So yeah, get involved, man. Get involved, get engaged. I can't say it enough because it is so much happening, so much going on. And you just pick out your place in the movement, right? Like how you occupying the art space and the healing space, and that's so much needed and necessary. And then you also have, people who are big on transportation, people who big on economics, people who big in, education, people who, are scientists and science and technology. Like, it's so much out here. It's social justice. You got people marching, you got people into public safety. So it's a lot of ways that you can get involved. You can use your skills, time. How do they say it, Mr. Edmund? Your time,
talent, and treasure.
There you go. Use that. Whatever combination of those three that you can put together. Make sure that you do that and come out and support the work that's being done. Up next, we got Sister Hughes, y'all. Sister Hughes is going to make you lose your shoes and shout out all around the house right here on 99 Jams, the Bird. Anything I forgot? Anything that you feeling like I might need to say?
Just know that tomorrow there's a lot of meetings going on.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about it a little further on Wednesday, how we can plan and execute, like Brother John was saying, having a team together so that we can take, I won't say it like this, but we want to take advantage of the opportunities in front of us.
Right.
We cannot continue to hope somebody brings us an opportunity. We have to go out and create it. We have to go out and maintenance. We have to go out and maintain it. So y'all just stick around, stick and stay. We'll be back on Wednesday.
Right on, y'all. So thank y'all again for tuning in to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And I am the one and only Mr. Edmund.
And who are you?
And I am Maya Pink.
All right. And we out, y'all. Believe and do good.
Ray Anderson changed his entire...
We have to leave it there, but we're going to do part 2, posted at democracynow.org. Ralph Nader, author of The Rebellious CEO, 12 Leaders Who Did It Right.